Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is June 22nd, and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis for gold. This is gold's 4-hour chart, and in review of last week's video, I'd shown you this rising wedge pattern. It is a negative pattern, but as I stated in last week's video, I really didn't see a whole lot of downside for gold. I expected it to basically break it how it did to the side, moving sideways, and then I wasn't sure how gold was going to move after the Fed came out, simply because I had expected them to do what they did, which was not lower rates, which was what the market was expecting them to do. But gold clearly, as we can see, did take a positive note to the Fed statement, to Jerome Powell's statements, as well as the overall outlook of the Fed for the economy. And basically they sound like they're going to be as accommodative as possible, and if they see the market go lower, then they're definitely going to lower rates. The other thing that put a tailwind behind gold last week was the issues with Iran. I didn't really see it in too much gold analysis, but Iran, in my point of view, had a big deal with gold's jump above 1380, which is a multi-year resistance level. And it jumped all the way up to 1412, as you can see in this chart. Now, it seems that the issues with Iran are basically back to the way they were before. Not completely. I mean, there's still high tensions, but we don't look like we're going to bomb them anytime soon unless they shoot another plane out of the sky. But or definitely if they cause death to a U.S. serviceman, I expect there to be bombs falling on Iran somewhere. But that didn't happen, and that's the reason why we didn't bomb them. And that's really think that's the reason why gold topped out. It really topped out on Thursday night when people were expecting us to be bombing Iran, and then on Friday morning, when the news came out that we weren't, the price of gold came back down and started to consolidate. Now, as we can see in the MACD and the RSI, that excuse me, I had those opposite. The MACD and the RSI. I had them opposite with the pointer there. Anyways, they're both in oversold territory. They're in way oversold territory. I very much expect a pullback from gold. It really matters on the fundamental side as well. The trade war could also affect the economy and help gold, and also things could escalate with Iran, but who knows? So as far as the review goes, that takes care of the review. For the outlook, I can only find really negative patterns for gold right now, but it's really not that bad. I am a gold bull, but I'm going to be truthful with you. I'm not going to blow smoke to try to make things look good, even if they don't. So anyways, I see two negative patterns in gold's chart, if I can get this correct. All right, we have two rising wedge patterns, one smaller than the other, the smaller one clearly using the same upper trend line of the larger one. The larger one's just as relevant as the smaller one. I'm really not sure what gold's going to do, simply because of the fundamentals in the news. I've said it last week. There's a lot of positives, not a whole lot of negatives for gold right now. Positive, the Fed really sounds like they're going to be very accommodative to the market. Really matters on what the economic indicators show us, as well as the next jobs report, to what they're going to do. Iran is a loose cannon. We really don't know what's going to happen with that, as well as the trade war. The G20, I think, happens this week. I'm pretty sure it happens sometime this week. We'll have a better idea on what happens with the trade war, because I believe the president of China as well as Trump is coming together as far as talks. We'll have we should have a better idea by the end of the week of what's going to happen with that. But for right now, for the outlook, I'm showing two negative patterns in the price of gold. We do have positive support at 1380 as well as 1365 and as well as 1350. Excuse me. Resistance now sits at 1412, as well as, just to show you, I need to pan out here to show you the other resistance levels. We have 1435 as well as 1500. But right now I expect a pullback out of gold before any additional movement. Now we could, just to real quick show you one other thing that I was seeing in the charts, is we could see a bull flag right here. This could turn out to be like a bull flag right here, with gold, and then another move up. We could see it break the small up rising expanding wedge here before it moves up, but again, it could turn out to be a bull flag and then move up higher. But again, we'll really have to see what happens. I'll leave this in here, this little bull flag, and we'll see if it turns out to be one, or if gold just turns the other way and just drops this through this pattern and continues to drop through the larger rising expanding wedge. But again, that's the outlook for gold. I thank you for your time. Take care, and God bless.